Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everybody out there. Well, we have only a couple people joining us at the moment, so just give it a minute. I'm sure right now I'm not being rude by looking down, but I'm just sharing
Mhm.
this to Facebook and everything. So, good evening, everybody. And those of you that are joining us on YouTube, thank you. Uh, everybody that's listening on the radio, I'm Taryn, host of Paranormal Brew. Every Wednesdays at 7:30. And tonight I have a very special, lovely, gorgeous, hot, amazing investigator with me. Shari Debenedetti from Ghost Hunters. Evening.
Evening.
You are so adorable. Um, and I have to just say that because I know you're on the show and it was good to see somebody like yourself on a show where, I watched since for like the last 15 years, you know what I mean? So I grew up watching them, and the show to me has always been very educational. Love all the episodes.
Mhm.
Uh so it was good to have a woman, in there and kicking ass like they were, So I think it's awesome that you joined them. I think you guys make a great team.
Thank you.
So just kind of take us back, and then we'll before we speed up and talk about now. How did
Mm.
you get into the paranormal? Where you're from? Just whatever. How the family feels about it, all that stuff.
Oh God. Well, I started um, in the mid 90s. I don't exactly remember when, but it was in the mid 90s. I got into it because of a house that I was living in, had a lot of activity going on. And, from like knocking and footsteps and you hear people talking, doors opening and closing, lights turning on and off, things being thrown out of the closets, just weird, regular things like that. But one particular night, I came home, got ready for bed. I went into bed. Then, as soon as I laid down, something grabbed my ankles and held me down to the bed. And then I got up to go and look what was there, and there was nothing there. But then they grabbed my wrist and put my wrist down. And then I was trying to yell out to my parents at the time. Um, for help, but they put their hand over my mouth and then put my
Oh,
head down to the bed. And
wow.
so, I couldn't talk, I couldn't move or anything.
Okay.
And then a doppelganger of my boyfriend at the time came in, like it was appeared right in the bottom of my bed. And then, so for a split second, because I just left him, so for a split second, I was like, is he here? Am I there? Like, I don't get how this person's in my room.
Right, right, right.
Um, but then he started walking over to me, and then he was just looking at me. He kind of like bent over and started looking at me, and he didn't do anything. He just stared. I don't know for how long. I have no idea. But then he turned around, and then he just walked away, went over to my door. The door opened up. He went off. The door shut, and then everything was lifted off of me.
Wow.
Um, so for a long time, I slept with lights on. I slept with the TV blasting because I still like hear like his footsteps, like in the carpet and stuff. And
Yeah.
and the lights, yeah, all the lights were on because I didn't want to deal with shadows or any of that stuff. So
Right.
um, that's pretty much the night where I kind of wanted to figure out what the hell was going on.
Okay.
And then that's when I started doing like research and talking to as many people as I possibly could. It's the 90s, not that many people talked about it back then.
Right.
Um, but, I just try to do as much research as I can. Um, Eventually, I started to investigate like friends and families, houses, and in places where they worked and stuff. And then I eventually got into my own group and had a paranormal team because I wanted to go in and help other homeowners going through the same situations and try to figure out, with them, what's going on to make them feel more comfortable.
Sure.
in the middle of all this, that's when I met Jay and the other TAPS team members and stuff like that. And with him, I've been friends with him forever, like almost 20 years. And then I stopped with my team because of issues, private personal issues.
Yeah.
And then I started working with other teams in the local area. And then there was an opening for ghost hunters, and Jay and I talked all the time. So we were just talking, and that's it. And
So you guys are friends now. Jay's been doing this for a really long time. Like, were you talking to him about the things that was going? Like,
yeah, I mean, I didn't know him back then. So like not the 90s. Yeah, that was like, yeah. So it was more, but I talked to him a lot, when I found out about TAPS, and then they did their, events and everything. So that's how I met him.
Okay.
Others. But throughout my process, I did always call, hey, this is going on, and always ask for like advice, or, did you ever,
absolutely,
so
what better mentor to have, in my opinion. I mean, I just think he is, like I said, we were talking earlier, and I told her, I said, he to me is like the John Zaffis of my generation. Although I have so much respect for Johnny Zaffis, you know what I mean? But he, to me, and when I say that, I mean, because I know they have two totally different things, and they believe in two totally different things, and they investigate two totally. What I mean is how the community, or how some people do, they call him the Godfather of the paranormal, right? And for me, it's Jason. I like his style, I mean, how he is. And
everybody has their own style.
Yeah. And I learned a lot watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was what I watched it for, the education, because you would get a lot of people that be like, oh, they never find anything. And I'm like, but you're not always going to find something. I don't think everywhere you go, there's going to be a ghost. Right.
It's not like we're not going into, let's go into haunted places and find as much as we can. We're going in to help homeowners, and they don't know if it's haunted or not. So we're going there to see if it's haunted or not, and then if it is, we'll deal with it. If it's not, what is it,
Right.
Yeah.
So you, that, I got to say, what I wanted to say though is thank you for sharing that, only because that's like something very personal and something very, it was intense, right? So I'm sure. And you said you still sometimes hear the footsteps and everything.
Well, I mean, that whole experience, like I could still go back, like I could still see him, I can still hear him.
Okay. So
so it doesn't. Okay. Yeah.
All right, I misunderstood. I'm glad I said that.
Yeah. but that was the whole purpose of me getting involved, because I want to know what the hell it was. Unfortunately, I was never able to go back to that house to investigate, because we already moved out of the house. So when I felt okay and, enough to like go to these places, we already moved out of the house, and I couldn't exactly go to the new owners and say, hey, can I investigate your house?
Right.
So I really don't know.
So it's interesting. So you left the house. Now, was that when it stopped? When you stopped?
Yeah, so it was only that. So when I first moved into the house, nothing happened. And then, all of a sudden all these things started happening. So I'm just assuming it was maybe like a hitchhiker, or, somebody that came home with us, or maybe somebody that was just walking around and decided to come to the house. Like, I have no idea. No idea. But the guy that I saw was the doppelganger of my boyfriend at the time. And my mother actually saw somebody else in the house that looked like Abraham Lincoln, like the top hat and the beard and everything. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's who she awesome. Saw. She didn't think so, but yeah.
I'm sure, but I would have been like, oh shit.
Yeah, she said it in a different way.
For sure, of course.
Yeah.
so you move out of the house, so you've never contacted the people. The people have never contacted you? Like, I mean, I'd have been like, "I'm living in Shari Debenedetti's house." Like, you know what I mean? And, like, would
Oh,
they ever
yeah, no. No,
so
no, what they didn't, I mean, I wasn't
but
anybody.
now you are. I mean, like,
No.
she's so modest. Every time I say something, she's like, "Nobody knows who I am." And I'm like, "Would you stop it?" I'm sure it is a big pill to swallow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
What
sure, like, just being like walking into a Walmart and somebody going, "Hey, I know you. You know, can I get a picture
yeah,
with you?"
doesn't
You
happen. No.
know? Yeah, right.
No. A lot of times I wear my hat, but
So you disguise yourself a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, no, no, they don't.
um, I do have to interrupt really quick, and I have to say hi. Let me find where she said hi to us. She's actually checking in from Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and she always checks in every show. Where'd I like to go? Oh, Jane, here she is. So she's saying hey to everybody. But yeah, she checks in from Indonesia, and her and her
Oh, yeah.
son watch, and I'm very grateful for that. So because it's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning there. I always ask her what time it is, and she's like, "It's
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning."
Oh my
So
God.
anyway, getting back, thank you, Ajing. I love you. Um, so see now, I would have I would have I don't know how I would have reacted with that type of a situation because, like you, I was always afraid. I didn't want nothing to do with it.
Right. I mean, like growing up, if you see things or hear things and you don't know, it's kind of like, you just don't really pay attention and you're just in your mind. It's like, oh, it was the wind or it was I would always just say things, but I would just never even bother,
Right.
but until I moved into that house,
Right.
when things were happening like right in front of you and doors just slamming open or whatever, it was just like you couldn't ignore these things, especially obviously being, held down. But
Yeah. Now, you don't have to answer, but if you don't mind me, so you said he was your boyfriend at the time, right? So
no,
this was the double. So did you tell him about what happened? Like, and how did he take that?
um, I
If you
ended
don't,
I know I ended up marrying him.
okay.
So things were fine, but then I ended up divorcing him. So things were fine. So that's what a lot of people say is like, well, maybe he was trying to tell you something, like don't.
Yeah.
No, it was so bad. I like asked him like to stay, I'm like just stay because like my mother and I were just like we just never got any sleep because we were always nervous, and we were on the couch and everything. It was like 3 a.m. The two of us are still like, like just watching TV and stuff. And he's like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't stay here. And we're like, what the hell? So yeah, he didn't want to be there. Just
So how long were you there?
we were probably there for about God, maybe a year or two after. Probably.
Okay, so not that long. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Not.
There's some people that are like, "Oh, I lived there for 30 years." I'm like,
Oh no, 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 no. Yeah.
why would you live there that long? If you didn't like, I wonder if the people now are having, if it's something with the house, right?
Um, it was. Well, I mean, God, it was so long ago, but it was a rental.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like they weren't selling it or anything. It was just a rental. So people are just in and out every few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that was a pretty intense experience. Like I've had my ankles grabbed before and shaken, but I feel like it was more being playful,
Yeah.
but I still at that point was not into it. So I was like, my feet were heel to ass real quick. Like I was like, what? I was
Yeah.
like, oh no,
Yeah. No, I mean, like now it's like if anything like grabs me and stuff, I love it. I want it. Like, yeah, touch, but I'm always saying, touch me, do this, do that. Like, I want to know that you're here, do this. And so when you feel it, it's, I mean, we've been doing this for how many years now. So, I mean, I'm fine with it. Do I
Right.
want them to hold me down? No.
Right.
You know, and like put their hand over my
Right.
mouth?
Yeah.
No,
No,
like,
no.
no. But, I mean, I'm definitely a lot stronger with the whole issue now. So, you know, people ask me like, what was like the scariest place? I haven't been to any scary place. Like that was my scariest time.
Right.
But ever since
I
I've,
totally feel
you
you.
know, through the years, like learning what it could be and all the experiences and everything. So now it's not scary to me anymore,
Right.
you know.
So have you now, so now you're like, how do you go from, you know, everyday, Taryn to getting on, I mean, that's like a total life change, right? I mean, I'm assuming you had a job before that. I don't think
I still do.
you still do. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you guys you only film like a couple.
Yeah, it's like a part-time job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but it's still, prior to that, you have this full-time job
Yeah.
probably, you know what I mean? So like how do you make that transition and how's the family and everything like that, and then getting into, ghost hunters?
Um, Again, see, it's like it's really weird because I still don't feel like I'm doing that. Like,
I can't.
it's so weird and I don't know how to
I
explain
can't
it.
get her to admit that she's like the shit. She won't admit it.
No, it doesn't feel like, it just feels like, so when prior to the show, I used to always have the full-time job and then I would just go, you know, weekends and
Right.
or nights do the, you know, investigations. So now I just feel like I'm still working and then I'm doing investigations. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like so to me it's just I'm just doing investigations with this team. I don't think of it as being, even though there's cameras around, I don't think of them doing it for TV. I just think of, oh, we're going investigating with, you know, it's so weird. I don't know. People always
I mean, it's gotta be weird because then
ask
you
me,
go to
but
your job and people are like, "Yo, my coworker's on TV." You know what I mean? Like people make a big deal about it.
I
I mean, you may not think they do, but they
right.
do.
No, I mean, like when they say things to me, I'm like,
Right? You
I don't know.
you
It's
downplay
weird.
yourself.
It's weird. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's weird. I mean, I love it. Absolutely love it. So I mean,
Yeah.
now it's, you know, full time. So we're, you know, doing the filming thing. And whenever I come back for hiatus or whatever, I'll go back into, I work for an engineering firm. So,
Nice. Look
um,
at you, girl.
so
Did
I've
it.
been there for like, well, I've been there for 10 years. Prior to that, I was working with my parents for 20 years, but they acquired my parents' company. So I've really
Oh,
been doing the same thing for 30 years, you know.
But that's awesome, I mean, that's awesome. That's so good. Um, I feel like I had, like, all these questions in my head, and I don't know why. I have ADD really, really bad, just so you know. I say it every show. So now you're, you know investigating with ghost hunters. You guys just filmed another season.
Another season. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Just,
to date, what would you say would be your favorite location?
um, we've been to a lot of locations this season
Mhm.
that that I really liked. Obviously, the one that I can talk about because it was Halloween, Missouri State.
You guys had a
So
Halloween special?
yeah,
Was it on that Disney Plus? Damn it. Was it a live
no,
thing?
it wasn't live. No.
Okay. Still, I didn't know you
So
guys.
so we had a Halloween special on Halloween night. Well, you know, Discovery Plus, and it was Missouri State, and we had you know, 3 past people, TAPS family members with us. That place was awesome. Awesome. I mean, amazing. But we've been to so many other places too. I don't know if we can say them or not. I have no idea. But there's a lot of cases. I think for some reason I heard that the season's going to be airing in January,
Okay.
from what I'm told. All the places, I've never been to any of these places, but I would go back to any one of them. Like, that's how awesome that they were. A lot of evidence, even things that I've never even experienced before. So, I mean, obviously I can't really give out too much, but
Right.
yeah, no, it's going to be awesome season.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's cool that you get to go to all those cool places,
Yeah.
and experience things. I mean, it's not, and when you go to different places, it's not just about the paranormal stuff. I mean, you're in a town, that you're in. I mean, for me, I would be like, let's go eat at a local diner or something. I want to try the food out. And what else is there to do,
Yeah.
Sure,
I mean, it's hard because we do have, between, doing as much research and stuff like that, and going through all the cameras, how many hours it takes to, go through everything. So, I mean, we do a lot of that. There's not much side things that we can really do, but we will show some of the side things that we do.
Yes.
So that'll be on there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like go-karts and things like that, so that's always a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I met you in Gettysburg this past year. And going back to that whole thing you said, like when the women don't circle back and,
Yeah.
So I met you and I remember it's weird, but when I met you, I felt like I knew you. I don't know. It was weird. So I was very comfortable around you when I first met you, but most of like Jason was the same way, and I met Stephen Tango like a long time ago and I saw them a couple more times thereafter, but it felt just like, you guys, and everybody says it, like, oh, they're so down to earth, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, they're cool shit, So when I came back and, we talked and I thought this was awesome. And honestly, so I'm just going to put it out there. I told Shari I was going to talk about this because I want to.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, why don't you tell what happened? And then
just tell me. Oh, no.
So, yeah. I mean, because for me, like I said, when you came on the scene, I was like, okay, here's this girl, like you could be you're a role model for some people, So, I think you being around is a good thing. But apparently there are some people that think that women that look like Shari, who are beautiful, and have a nice body, and that's the only reason that they are able to. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like be on TV.
Be on TV. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Now this girl stood up and we were at an event called Phenomenology, and this woman stands up. Now, at first, it sounded like it was going in a good direction. She said, this is directed at Shari. I think maybe not in those exact words, but thinking she had a question. So the woman starts talking, and honestly, I can't remember how it started, but it was kind of good. And then all of a sudden, it's like the record stopped, and she starts saying that. And then I don't know where her question was directed at, because she started kind of like looking around the room at all the people. But anyway, she starts to say that basically saying the only reason that Shari was on TV is because of her looks. And, and she was not nice about it. She was kind of rude, like big boobs and, like very not classy about it.
Right.
And kind of just, no, the first thing, nobody ever goes into this wanting to be on TV if you're doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
So there was my first issue with what she said.
Yeah.
Then she starts, like I said, I had met Shari before that, and right away I'm like, that's my BFF. She's a peach. She's one of the peaches.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes. You're like, it's an honorary peach. As much as
I'm still waiting for my cup, by the way.
I will tell Megan.
Yeah.
But And then she just gets and she keeps going on. And I'm like, what is she? What? I can't believe this.
Yeah. And, and again, I was up there and I would have said something if I wasn't up at the panel and if I didn't see like everybody doing this, like videoing. And so I was like, all right,
Right.
I need to be careful of how I respond. But I didn't know, so I didn't really know how to respond politely.
You did a good job.
So, well, that's because I didn't say anything. No, but then Jay took the mic and had to make sure that she understands that I was not casted. So it's not a casted show.
Right.
So like that we've been friends and everything. And it's just like, well, this is me. This is how I was before TV. I don't do this because of TV. Like this
Right.
has always been me. I do makeup, hair. This is my body. Like, and I've worn these clothes my whole life. So it's not, I'm not doing this because TV or to get casted. Like that was brought in there because I am a paranormal investigator. I've been doing it for almost 25 years. And I'm, friends with them. I've worked with them for a long time. Like, so that's why I'm on it, not because of that. So
yeah. Exactly. And you know what? I was so happy when Jason did that. Just totally. I mean, he was like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you really look around globally, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but what she said is totally false. There are not Pamela Andersons walking around in the paranormal field. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like and not on TV either. You know what I mean? So, and there aren't, Lucifers. And when I say Lucifers, I mean the guy that plays Lucifer on.
Oh yeah.
There aren't Lucifer male walking around, in the paranormal field. It's because it's just that's the truth. So
I did find out later that I think she was trying to get on a show and they didn't cast her, so she was very upset.
Oh, so she was angry at you for that.
I think she's so it's my fault. It's my fault.
And you say that you don't make a difference in the world. I mean, come on.
I guess it's my fault. So
I mean, I think you did a better job than me. Because and see that's the problem. That's why I can't be on the show because there's gonna be like all these like rules you can't do. And they're like, all right, listen, if somebody's rude, you can't. I'm like,
yeah, it's when I first started, so this is like back season 10. So it was like 2014 when I started. And one of the first things that everybody told me, like the guys, they were like, do not read comments.
Yeah.
Whatever you do not read them. What are you going to do? You're going to read them, right? So it was, I mean, there's a lot of women that could be very.
So judgment. I mean, and why, like, where's the inner why? Like, why? I mean.
Military or whatever it is. It's like, and I can't speak out, and I'm like, whatever. I just have to just know that it's not me personally. It could be any person, any girl that would have went on the show, they would have attacked them. So I just try not to take anything personal.
Yeah.
That
is so how's your family do with you being on TV and and all this and that? I mean, are they supportive? Are they like?
No, absolutely. I mean, my kids love it. My son. Yeah, my son is he's a mama's boy, so he loves.
How old are your kids?
16 and 18.
How old?
16 and 18.
Stop it. You do not have an 18-year-old child.
Yes, I do.
You look fabulous.
Yeah. Thank you.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
So I'm sure all of his friends love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They changed Stacy to Shari in the song.
What?
You know that Stacy's mom? What's your son's name? They changed the name.
My son's name?
Yeah.
Is Nico.
So it's Nico's mom has got it going on. You know that song?
Oh. No, I don't. Well, that'll have to be off the camera when we talk. No, no.
So what's going on with you coming up? I know you guys just finished, right?
Well, we're taking a little break, and I know that we have some events going on. I guess there's a bunch of events going on next year that I don't know. I have to get my calendar back out, but we're gonna all be in Vegas in December. We'll all be out there.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah.
It's not all work, right? I mean, you're gonna play a
Well,
little.
no, I'm gonna stay out there.
Oh man, this is my internet. Can you guys still see me? Who you don't want to see? You want to see her? I don't know what happened. Can somebody comment? Let me know. Okay, so you guys, is she frozen or is she still talking? Because she's frozen to me. I'm going to message her right now and tell her. Tell her to, let's see. Come click the link again. I know you guys don't want to see me. I'm sorry. And also let me know if I'm talking too much, because I tend to do that. I know we want to hear her. While I'm waiting for her to come back on, I might as well say next week I have Sam Baltrusis joining me. And then the 24th of November, I have Jason Hawes joining me from Ghost Hunters. That's going to be a big thing for me. And then who do I have after that? After Jason? I'm glad I have my calendar. After Jason, Shane Pittman, and then Robert Rigi, and then Ron Murphy, and then Duo Demonology. Hold on, let me see if that was her. Just click the link again. Can you get on? Again, if you guys have any questions, write it there. I did, but it's not coming on. I'm going to send her the link again. Hold on, guys. Never a dull moment, I tell you. Never a dull moment. If you guys can still see me, I apologize. All right. So I sent it to her again. So just... I resent it. Sorry, guys. Yes, Bill, you're here. I want to say hi to everybody really quick. I was trying to pay a little bit of attention, so I wasn't, looking at the comments. If there's any questions or anything that you want to add to the conversation, please, by all means. Hey, Tom. Yeah, she did freeze. I resent her the link, though. And now I forget what we were even talking about. But anyway. So yeah, so I have a good November coming up and then a good December. I didn't put Duo Demonology up on my schedule yet, but here she is.
I'm on my cell phone now. I don't know what happened to my camera.
She's back.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
No, sorry. I don't know what happened to my, it's not, I don't know. It's not loading on.
Well, here you are. You're back.
I
Thank God.
am on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. And you still look awesome.
I
She
don't know if
says,
I can do this
so she says
sideways.
to me, she's like, is this going to be video or, oh no, she says this, can I do this on my phone? I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh good. I don't have to blow my hair out. I was like, you don't have to do anything. I'm like, you're gorgeous no matter what.
I
And,
wasn't planning on doing my hair, but I get lazy
and
when
then I
I'm
had to,
home. Oh, I'm just
and,
trying to prop it up.
got it?
Yeah.
You look good.
Okay.
And I said, she says, LOL. And then I sent the Milli Vanilli meme. Girl, you know where
Oh, right. But now I can't read the comments, so I don't know what any of the comments are saying.
Okay, so I will definitely let you know
I
if
know somebody was saying hi, and I wanted to say hi back, but I forget.
Ajing from Indonesia said hi.
Ajang, right?
Ajing.
Ajang. Hello, Ajang.
Yes. She's one of my faithful followers, and I just learned, I didn't even know this, but she's like a famous actress in Indonesia.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, like you type in her name and like there's like all this stuff comes up, and even like her parents are always in the entertainment world and
Oh,
everything. So
wow.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
Jing has never told me that. So So I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but and then Paranormal King is where one of the places that my show streams, Paranormal King Radio Network. I wonder how many of those critics would turn down a TV show, meaning the people that are.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's when he commented about.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing I had to think about. I can't take it personal because any of those women out there that were totally saying rude things, yeah, they would have all taken the chance. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for me, but yeah, so I can't take it personal.
Well, and one of the reasons she's so mad is because she didn't get on a show. You know what I mean? But that's not her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you watch any of the shows on TV? You ever watch your episodes?
Well, we used to always tweet along with the episodes, so that's when we would watch them. And I watched them with the kids.
Okay.
If you know how it is. Nobody likes to look at pictures of themselves and see videos of themselves. I know. So it's weird.
Yeah. I want to go back and rewatch my shows to see like what I can improve on. So like I'm always like messaging my friends afterwards, like, did I talk too much? Did I do this, do that? Because I can't go back and I hate my voice. I hate the way So that's why I was just wondering. Like I didn't know,
Yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't I couldn't critique myself because it's like that's what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can't, I'm not gonna change myself. So like it's just like that's what we do. That's how I would have acted no matter what. It's just like these guys are just following me. So there's no critiquing. It's more like, ugh, like
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like when I
but I want to hear myself. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. So when I literally if I go to share it and it starts playing and it's playing in the background as I'm trying to like share it somewhere and I'm hearing myself, I'm like, God.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I know. It's awful. Yeah.
Oh, here. This is another place that my show streams. It's Inner Demon Media.
Inner Demon Media's. Hello.
Yes, his name is Sid. He's the owner of Inner Demon Media, Sid Ryder.
Hello, Sid.
Somebody did say hi to you. Hold on. Tom.
Tom?
Yes.
Hello. Thirsty Tom, huh?
Thirsty Tom.
Thirsty. Hello.
So, what are you looking forward to coming up?
Um,
Do you look forward to coming home? Like, are you like you're like, okay, um, I want to go.
um, yes and no, because, I mean, yeah, we all need a break, but I mean, I love doing what I'm doing. Um, and I mean, traveling hasn't been the best, I mean, this past couple of years,
Right.
but still just getting out and getting into places and stuff. I mean, I love that. Um, but I also need to be home too. So, I mean, when I go away, I'll leave work during the week, but I'm home every weekend for my kids. I mean, unless I have an event to do. So I'm still coming home. So it's not like I
Could you
leave
ever
for
bring them?
3 weeks, huh?
Could you ever bring them with you, or
Um,
they don't let you?
I don't think it's not that they don't let me, but I mean, what would they be doing? I wouldn't be don't go, like I wouldn't have them on the show or anything like that.
No, I
So
mean like an
this,
event. Like if you went to like,
um,
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't think that I want them at the event with me.
you're probably right. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
That's true. That's true.
yeah, no, maybe when they get older, or if there's a local event, I mean, they can come for the day, but
Where are you
yeah.
from?
Salem, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
right there.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So you grew up in a cool place. You're
I
still
lived
living
around there. I'm actually from upstate New York
there? Okay.
and moved to Boston in 84.
Uh-huh.
And so I've been in this area since then.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, you live in a cool area. I mean, I've never been there. My boyfriend wants to take me there. He keeps saying, Massachusetts Salem is pretty cool,
Yeah.
and a lot of people I know have gone there, but I've never been there. But so
Yeah.
so you had a lot of places then to like kind of investigate, and what do you think
Yeah.
about
I mean, it's
what,
funny because my son loves to do this stuff. So he's always, let's go into Salem. I'm one town over, but Danvers used to be the old Salem. So it used to all be Salem, but then we
okay.
all kind of broke each other off because they didn't want anything to do with the Salem name and all that stuff. Um, so he's like, let's go to Salem and let's go, investigate. So I'll just, give him some of the equipment and he'll just, kind of like, do it. So we kind of sneak off cemeteries or whatever, whatever, someplace that's, open. There's
Right.
people around, but he'll just go into different places and do it. Um, when him and his friends, and even like my daughter, I mean, sometimes I have like a big group of kids that just want to go, so I'll give them some stuff and then they
Oh,
just
that's
go
cool.
around and, investigate.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if there was one, I did a event in Salem at Cinema Salem,
Hmm.
and and I had my son with me because I'm like, I need to go and see, um, make sure that the place has activity because I'm not going to do an event, at a place that doesn't have activity and everything. So I met up with the owner and I had my son with me and his friend. This was like years ago, and so give him the equipment, go have fun, go see if you can see anything, and then so he comes up to me. He's like, there's an old man. He's sitting in there, and it just kind of like freaked him out. And we're like, but there's no old man here. Like there's nobody here. The doors are locked. It's the owner, me, the two kids, and the girl that's making popcorn. So like that's it. So he actually saw this like full body apparition of this older gentleman. Just described him,
Wow.
and like later on, because we were trying to figure out like like it's the witch era and stuff like that, so we're just trying to figure out because that portion um used to be a like a tavern a long time ago, and that's actually where we had like most of the stuff that actually happened was like theater 3, and then like where he saw the guy, it was like that whole portion that was
Oh,
the
wow.
actual tavern a long time ago. So we're looking through the internet and everything, and he's like, oh my god, so not that that was the man, but that looked like the gentleman that he saw, like the haircut, and it goes into like the 1600s and
Right.
1700s of the
Oh,
haircuts and
that's
stuff like that.
cool.
He's like, oh my god, that's
That is
so yeah, so yeah, we have a lot of fun.
So how does your younger child feel? Like, okay, so obviously you can go into a building and like, do you just see things? Can you see things?
I'm not a psychic or medium or anything.
Mhm, mhm,
I do, I mean, I think we all do, we all have those feelings of, okay, I think I feel somebody around me, things like
mhm.
that. So
Right.
you go through your senses and what's in your gut. So I have that, but it's very far and few between that I really,
Yeah, me
um,
too.
yeah, yeah. I'm more of I need proof. I even when they give me proof, I'm like I want more. Like,
Right.
well, do this, do that, do this, do that. Like show me yourself. But it's very hard. Like I seen a lot of I mean shadows. I see the shadow people I see a lot and stuff. But like for actual full body apparitions, maybe like two in my life, and that one was like the first. Which was a doppelganger.
Right. And I
Yeah,
yeah, and I honestly think I've only seen one. And
yeah,
which is but yours was very like I'm surprised that because for a brief period of time like that you were that open to be able to or the energy was that strong something was something was
yeah.
colliding in the universe.
But it was like something was definitely trying to get my attention.
Right.
Obviously,
Right.
you
For
know.
sure. For
Yeah,
sure. So I think you have the abilities to be able to see and hear, but maybe, and I don't blame you, that experience, you've learned to maybe subconsciously kind of,
yeah.
you know what I mean? At which I'll blame you.
But you know what? I think it would have been. I mean, scary. Okay, there's this guy in my bedroom, but it was just went to the terrifying because I was held down. So I mean, that
Right.
was
Right, right, right.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. No,
yeah,
I mean, that would not be a good experience for
yeah.
anyone. I mean, even if you're into that, you know?
Right.
I mean,
Being tied down.
yeah, I mean, even if you're into that, it still would be you'd be like, "What is happening right now?"
Yeah.
Me, I probably would, and I'm not making light of or fun of it. I'd be like, "All right, what are we doing tonight?" Like,
Have at it.
"What is happening?" No, but um, so they say that though that abilities like that are genetic. You know what I mean? So your son obviously, you know, gets it from somewhere.
He's definitely he definitely picks up a lot. Like I mean, like the house that we live in now has a lot of stuff going on. Um, and I'm not going in there, I'm not going in there. Yep, there, like so I mean he picks it up. He actually rarely doesn't really stay with me a lot because he's not crazy about the house.
Okay.
In the way that he like feels there. So he's
So does he
lit.
pick up mostly up on things that make him uneasy?
Um, he just doesn't like to live with them.
Mm,
So, you don't know if somebody's watching you or what they're doing. So it still creeps him out, even though what I say to him, he feels more comfortable. And if I'm with him, he's fine. But he doesn't want to like stay at the house by himself because he's
right.
always like, okay, somebody's staring at me. And so, um, but he knows that nothing's going to happen to him.
Right.
He just doesn't
Oh, so yeah.
want somebody staring at him. So
Right.
that's the whole thing. He knows he's not going to get hurt or anything. But
So what have you ever come across any animal type? Have you ever had any experiences with any animals?
yeah, for investigating wise, like with the recorder, you picked up a lot of like animal voices. You feel them, how they brush up against, your leg and stuff like that. So I've had that. But my own animals, we pick up, and that's because like we hear them, running up and down the hallways.
That's
Still hear
awesome.
them scratching. Like we have no animals now, but you still hear all of that. You
Yeah.
hear the footsteps on the tile and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and then you always see like they were like little white Maltese. So you see like these
Uh-huh.
little white streaks like going back and
Oh,
forth. So yeah, so we see that at home all the time.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, do you, and I don't know if you can answer this, but if you can, great. But do you enjoy using the equipment that you use? And if so, what's your favorite piece of equipment?
Um, I like, I love the thermal. I
Oh
love the
yeah.
thermal. And of course recorder because I mean you gotta. I think the
Yes.
voices are the best, you know.
Yep.
I do like playing with a lot of the machines, you know, like the REM pods and stuff, you know, like that just light up and you know, so you can kind of talk to them right that are there. Um, as long as you know, obviously you got to sit there and make sure that it's who you're talking to, and you know, not energy and all that stuff. But when you're actually talking to something, um, I love those,
Yeah.
you know, and when they and you know, and when they work incredible, and when you're talking to somebody, and when you're getting answers like that, like right on demand, is I mean, it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. EVPs are my favorite.
yeah.
My favorite thing. I had somebody on last week. His name's Ron Yacovetti and his wife Lourdes Gonzalez, and they do this, and I want to do it. He's helping me to find because I'm not a big equipment person. I like my recorder. I would get a thermal, you
Mhm.
know, um, but I'm not a big equipment person. I don't, I would rather because sometimes I'm clairaudient, sometimes I'm not. So I would rather have the experiences and record and you know what I mean, this and that, than hear things that blip and bleep and whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I had him on, and they do this. It's called DRV, where it's like a radio that doesn't use any. It's a radio, but it doesn't use radio frequency. Somehow they get this white noise on there, but it's almost like it's almost like a spirit box, but it's not doing that sweeping because it's not using a radio.
Hmm.
And he shared some videos, and it was like amazing. The intelligent answers, because I don't believe in those the spirit boxes thing because they're like always. So I'm like, oh, they're on a radio frequency.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can't dispute when there's like stuff happening.
right. I mean, I've seen other people use a lot of these things, and I don't mind. Like when we do events and stuff like that, you know, and doing these celebrity ghost hunt event type of things, people will bring out all of those things, and I don't mind. It's like you know, that's even if they want to play with the Ouija board. Like I don't care. You guys do whatever you want to do, and you know, I just want everybody to experience everything.
Right.
You know, whether they believe it or not. Like that's I'm not here to make you believe in it. You know.
Absolutely.
So I just if that's what you like, that's what you like. Everybody uses different equipment. Everybody has their own experiences. Like that's I wouldn't. I'm not here to judge. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with
Yeah.
you. And that's that's why I think Ghost Hunters does so good, because you guys are, first of all, you guys aren't fake. And I'm just gonna say that.
Mm.
You can, I mean, like, you guys have always kind of kept it real. You know what I mean? So I think, that's what makes the show so
Yeah.
successful
I
is that,
mean, if something is haunted, it's haunted. If it's not, it's not. Like that
right.
has nothing to do with yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the show. It's not this, and not everything is demonic. Like
Right.
that's how everything is nowadays on every show,
Yeah.
you know, because they think, oh, people want to see that stuff. But
Yeah.
you,
People like drama.
yes. Somebody has a question. Tom, he says,
Good.
since COVID started, have you noticed an uptick in paranormal reports?
Um, yeah, we were kind of thinking, you know, there's a lot of people that are staying home nowadays. So I think people are
Oh,
more
absolutely.
receptive of it. Yeah. I mean, there's probably, if it was, if there was activity before, it's probably still the same. It's just now people are home. So now you're really recognizing it a lot more.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know?
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But I did notice, because like I said, like I started having more experiences than I normally have, even going to places that I normally go to. You
I
know,
think
so
it's catching off of people's
probably
energy too.
matters.
I mean, a lot of people are nervous and everything else, and which affects
Yeah,
that too. The activity
yeah,
and stuff. So yeah.
yeah. So, so what do you have any events coming up?
Um, well, December is Vegas, and then we're taking a break. Holidays. Next year we're God. There's a lot coming up next year. I can't remember, but Michigan, Michigan Paranormal. That'll be on my birthday.
Wait, didn't you do that this year? Was that this year too on your
That was
birthday?
this year too. I'll be I'll be there for my birthday next year too.
That's awesome, though. Hey, at
But
least you're
not for
having
the
fun.
next year. I have to skip the year after because that's a big birthday.
Oh, um,
Um, yeah, we're New Jersey will be in.
oh, the New Jersey Power kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
guys you were there this past year, weren't you?
yeah, yeah.
Do you have? Do you find it? I see. I want to ask you this, but I probably have to ask you this in private. You probably can't answer this really. I was gonna say, like, with each of the different events, um, are you seeing the same people, or are you, what, like, do you have a favorite event that you've been to? One that you've had the most fun? I don't know if you can answer that, but I don't know.
I,
You could just
they,
say
you know what they.
Mountain because that's when you met me.
Okay, we'll go with that. You know what? They're all different. I think Vegas might be the best one.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I'm just saying, I don't know. Um, yeah, you know what? It's all
Yeah.
pros and cons. They all have pros and cons, unfortunately. But yeah.
Have you been to any event where you were looking forward to meeting somebody? Like in a professional, type
Um,
of a way.
um, Honestly, no. I don't really know a lot of like I don't watch sci-fi stuff and
Yeah, I don't.
um so I don't even know most of the people that even go.
Mhm.
So when I go there, like I'm like, oh my God, and I meet a lot of people, but I don't know their shows. I've never watched their shows. So there's not really any specific person that I was going to see, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I
Mhm.
feel bad saying I don't watch these shows, but I'm not really a sci-fi person,
Right.
you know.
Do you believe in aliens?
I do.
Mhm.
When I lived back in New York, um, so this is, I want to say, I want to say late 70s, early 80s. I'm not sure within that range. Um, there was a big party at my grandmother's house, and she had a lot of land, and then so she had a bunch of warehouses, and so we were having a party, and the dog was barking outside so much that like a bunch of us ran outside to see what the heck was going on. And so she's barking up on this little hill thing where all the things are, and there was a UFO type of thing on top of one of her warehouses,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was exactly like the shape, like the
And you
a
saw this?
typical shape. Yeah, so oh yeah, we all saw it. And
Wow.
so we were just kind of, you just stare like, what the heck, like, what is that really what it is, and it had like all the lights, the circle lights on the bottom. We didn't see anybody coming on or off or anything. It was just like hovering over the building, and then just like it just left. And I don't know how long it was there for. I can't remember. I just remember looking up at the hill and seeing it there. So I absolutely believe in it.
Mhm.
and I'm assuming aliens are the ones who fly the spaceship. So, so I'm like, I guess I believe in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
now what about cryptids, like Bigfoots and all that stuff?
Um, I don't.
Hmm.
I can't even get into it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people see creatures, but I'm like, I don't really. I have to like see things myself to really
Hmm. I'm the same way.
kind of believe in it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
the same way. I don't, and I do believe that there's other galaxies or life forms, whatever you say. I don't think that they're little gray men with big black eyes. I don't know what they
yeah.
are.
I
Maybe they are. Who knows? I don't know.
right.
I don't, but I don't know what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Until I see them, I don't know what I don't know
I
what
mean,
they
even
look
when
like.
you do see stuff, you're like, what is that? But I mean, honestly,
I
and
mean, there are some people that look like it.
yes, this is true.
Yes.
And Bigfoots.
Yeah. Yes.
There
A
are
lot of
some,
hairy people out there.
there's a lot of hairy people out there. And if you don't know, how far away you are, they could look big. So you get this hairy big human that I mean think about it. Like, there's some basketball players that are 8 foot tall. How could why is it so impossible that you'd see a person? I don't know. I'm not trying to get anybody mad that believes in Bigfoots and all that stuff, but I'm like you, I have to see it
Yeah.
to believe it.
Yeah.
Um uh
Yeah.
what is your favorite piece of evidence you've ever gotten?
Um, um, well, my favorite is only because it's personal.
Right.
Um, right after my grandfather passed away, it was like 6 months. And I went back to New York and I was in his little room that he used to stay in. And have, like, of course, all my equipment like set up because I'm like, I don't know which one he's going to use. I don't even know. So I just set up a whole bunch of them. And, the machine just started going off. And so I felt like, okay, I'm communicating with him. And then I started taking pictures and I caught his reflection in the mirror.
Really?
So, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So it's
That
kind
had to
of,
be good. Have you tried then thereafter? Because I would be like going in there all the time, taking like,
yeah, but it was like that one time there was just so much going on. Obviously when I had, he was doing the machine and I'm like, all right, we're going to go in the other room. And, because my whole family was there, we were there for some occasion. And then I put the equipment down like on the couch and then it would go off over there because I wanted my family to even see,
yeah,
and if they have
and
any
have the
questions or
connection.
whatever, so I'm like, I wanted them to see. So it was like going on. Um, so the machine would go off again and I didn't take pictures then. Um, it just happened to be, afterwards when I like really paid attention to it and I was like, oh my God, I did it, but I didn't get it. I didn't see it right then and there when I was
Right.
there. Um, yeah, so it was awesome.
That's gotta be
But
so.
then after that, there was like nothing. It was
No.
weird. It was like quiet. Yeah. Like it was really quiet after that.
Wow. What
Yeah.
maybe, I mean, they do say that once maybe sometimes they're acknowledged, kind
Yeah.
of makes them feel better, I guess. And that's more family, which stinks because those are the ones you kind of want to have around, I
Yeah.
feel like, right? I mean,
I feel like he was around, he just didn't want to talk. Like it's one of those because he was always like, yeah, go have fun, go do this, and he was always kind of like reserved, as. So that was really the only time that I think he just wanted to say, "Yeah, I'm fine. Hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm fine. Don't worry about me." You know, um, But my grandmother would always seem to think, like he was around and stuff. I mean, obviously we can't go to the house anymore. The house is, gone and over with, so we can't go back. But that was pretty. That was the best one for me because it was a personal. You
absolutely.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. I mean, my dad passed away, and even though it wasn't, like, in real life, I had a visit dream, and
Hmm.
for me, that was I mean, we were together, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, that's something that, I mean, will never, ever, 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 ever top. You know what I mean? Like, when you have those it's even are you frozen again? She's frozen again. She looks cute though. At least it's a good frozen picture. Oh, goodness. I feel like you guys are already hearing me talk too much and now she's not here. And just so you guys know, I'm not saying that aliens don't exist. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, I believe that there's other things out there. I just, I have to see what it is. I just can't say what I believe it is. Like I can't say I believe it's little green alien men and stuff like that. I've never seen anything. However, I do love the night sky. So, um I watch meteor showers, lunar eclipses, and which by the way, November 19th there's a half lunar eclipse. You just want to see yourself. Yeah, right. I don't want to see myself. Why you starting trouble? That's one of my peaches. She's allowed to pick on me. November 19th is a half lunar eclipse or something like that. So the next lunar eclipse won't be till 2024. I don't know where she is. I mean, we are over time, but it's okay. I mean, I don't want to leave it like that. So here she is. Are you back on your laptop?
I don't know what's going on.
Dude, as soon as we started like talking about like I don't what we're talking about aliens, it was like boom.
Oh my God.
I was
That's
like, oh my God,
terrible.
I'm like, nobody wants to listen to me talk. I was like, so I'm like, yeah, there's a lunar eclipse, November 19th.
What do you talk about when I'm gone?
I'm like, all right, well, until she comes back, there's a lunar eclipse, November 19th.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
It's all good. Listen,
Oh my
anybody
God.
that's been watching my show knows there is not one show that doesn't go without a technical
Anyway,
difficulties. That's what I call it. So, I mean, it's expected. I mean, people and they love it. They watch and they're like, yeah, it's not Paranormal Brew unless there's a technical difficulty happening.
good.
So it's not just you. I hope you feel
Oh,
better.
good. Good. Perfect. Sorry. So what is it? I
Oh,
believe in aliens, just don't
yeah.
really want to see them.
Oh wait.
Yeah, that would
Oh
be,
yeah.
I would be very nervous if I saw one.
Yeah.
Like
I don't want to see that.
that would scare me. Like ghosts don't scare me, but if I ever saw an alien, I would be very nervous.
I mean, in spirit, like when you like spirit, everything happens so quick in the spirit world. With good, like there's nothing that's ever really drawn out, in my opinion. Like I've never really seen anything or heard anything that's been like very drawn out, and other things tend to like stand there staring at you or follow it. You know,
See, I
all
mean,
kinds.
like I had, well, but like that experience that I had
Yes,
felt like it was forever. Like I have no idea how long it was.
yeah,
No idea. But by the
yeah.
time, I was held down by the time he like walked over and he stood there staring at me. Like
So
I don't
crazy.
even know how long it was, but it was long. It was like the longest thing that I've had ever,
Yeah,
like ever happen as one thing happening. Um, so and somebody did say, they're like, well, how do you know that wasn't an alien? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what it was. I have no idea what it was,
yeah.
but I don't know if they can disappear and reappear. I have no idea. Like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
You absolutely don't know.
No.
I mean, how do you not know, like, in an alternate now this is just going, like, conspiracy and, like, go really deep, but, like, if there's an alternate universe with our doppelgangers there, you know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
figured out how to, you know, like, "What am I doing in
Cross
my other
over.
life?" "Oh, that's what I'm doing, okay."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Uh,
Like, I mean, you never know. And
yeah.
then, you know, I think about it all the time. It's like, you know, but I always get challenged, and I think, what I forget if you said, was that one of your first experiences?
No, that was the
Okay,
experience that got me started.
into that.
Yeah.
Okay, because you grew up in the house.
No, I was no, but I lived in other houses that had
So it was like you moved
things
in
going
there.
on, and yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was always like, whatever. But and even in this house, a lot of things happened.
The one you're in now.
No, that particular one back then, even things were happening, but I was still like, ugh. I mean, I got so nervous. Like half the time I would be sitting outside of my driveway, and I'd be like calling my mother, like those big phones that, you used to have in the car, just like
Yes.
when you, a long time ago, like when you
Put
coming
the
home,
antenna up.
the cord, big boxes. But I'm like, when are you coming home? Because I didn't want to go into the house by myself and stuff. And yeah, it was just like, there was just so much stuff. But then after that experience happened, um, I mean, like, even like they would my bird would be let out of the cage.
Yeah.
Like when I know it was like locked up and all of a sudden the bird's like flying around. I'm like, oh, how the hell did you get out of the cage? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And another night it sounded like somebody was making themselves a drink. Like there's the glass and there's ice and like stirring. I mean, it's really weird. I don't know. It's all these crazy things, but I tried to ignore as much as I could. But it was hard to ignore after that night
Right.
because,
Absolutely.
it's just like, well, I never want that to happen again. I never realized that they could do that.
Right.
So, yeah.
So how did you get it to not happen again?
I mean, I really don't know. Because it's not, I wasn't,
And back then there wasn't anybody to reach out to.
right. So, like, I wasn't, like, now I'd be like, leave me,
Right.
yeah, and
Right.
at my
Right.
speech. But back then I didn't. So it was more of like, I don't want to be here. I'd rather stay over my friend's house. But then also I didn't want to leave my mother, because my
Right.
father would travel a lot and stuff. My brother he's just like, I'm out, like, because he didn't want to deal with it. So he was out. Um, and so it was kind of like, I felt bad, like, okay, my mother's here by herself. She's got to deal with this, thing. Um, so I just kind of lived with it, just hoping
Mhm.
that it wouldn't happen again. But in the meantime, I was going through the research and trying to, read the books or talk to, whoever who,
Well, and then you end up in Salem, and it's
Mhm.
like, what better place to be in? Because I mean, that's like I hear it's a really cool place.
it's it's awesome. I mean, I love going there to people watch.
I'm sure.
But I mean, it's awesome. Like the people there, everybody's just like so free spirited. So it's just like everything goes, anything goes, and just everybody's just nice. The energy's nice. It really, yeah. I don't know. I love it.
Is that where you wanted to move?
No, it just happened.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Because like that's how I feel about Gettysburg. You know what I mean? So, but I want to move there. Like that's one of my
Uh,
that's where I want to live.
yeah.
So, um, so I just wondered because of how you're talking about it, how it's like,
Mhm.
very relaxed environment, this and that, like if that was somewhere that you visited and said, "Oh my God, I want to move here."
Oh, yeah. No, I just happened to uh, find a place near there. I mean, that was pretty much it. Where I grew up was a couple towns over. So when I moved here from New York, it's only a couple towns over. So I kind of
Where are you from? Where are you from New York?
the Albany area.
Okay.
So it's a town called Schenectady.
Okay. I
Um,
don't know where that's at.
it's
I know Albany.
yeah.
I had family in Depew. I don't know if that's anywhere near there. That's so
I
far. It's up near Niagara Falls.
yeah, no. I mean, Albany's just right. I'm only like I live like 3 hours from. So Boston to Albany is only like, yeah, so it's only 3 hours away.
Do you still have family in Boston? You do.
No, my family's all in New York.
In New York.
Yeah,
Okay.
my only
Then do you
family
still-
here is my parents. Not even my brother because he moved to New Hampshire. So it's really just my parents that live out here. Nobody else lives out here.
You go back to New York a lot?
No,
You know, my dad wanted
should, but I don't.
my dad wanted to buy a farmhouse in upstate New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like his thing.
Oh.
But I mean,
We didn't live on a farm though. Like our area wasn't farm.
farmy.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Well, Albany's not, right?
Yeah. No, it's like a city.
Have you ever been to Rolling Hills?
No, I haven't been to a lot of
there.
places.
That's Bethany, New York. That's in Bethany, New York, and that's probably one you guys have got to go there.
Well, they've been everywhere. It's me that has. I've been, there's a lot of places that I haven't gone. Like, and I was supposed to do like all these events there because I'm like, all right, that'll get me there. You know, like
right.
And something always happens where it got canceled or something.
Oh.
So it was like, so I just never.
Are you ever like, hey guys, remember that place you went to before I was a part of this? Can we like go back there? Go hang out.
I'm gonna have to give them a list of stuff. Yeah.
Right? I know they've been to some cool places. Really.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Stanley Hotel?
Another place that I'd love to go.
Me too. I haven't been there either. But I heard they stopped doing the paranormal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure if you were like, hey, this is Shari Debenedetti from Ghost Hunters, I would have called.
No, I'm gonna have to use one of the guys.
I'm sure they'd be invited back. You know what I mean? Like Jason would be invited back anywhere, you know, that you guys have been.
Yeah, I'll have to use them as get me in places.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you.
See, that's the thing is like, I don't want to go to do the events when there's going to be like 20, 30 people. I want to
go investigate.
Yeah. Like real investigate, not just event thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, because of all the events I've been to and investigations and stuff that happen when you're at the events, I mean, the only place that there was ever evidence like Class A EVPs, photos, this and that at any event was Penhurst. Mm-hmm. Any other event that I've been to, I never really, because there's so much going on. You can't contain the environment. You don't know what you're hearing or seeing or, you know, what's happening, you know, so it's really hard. I mean, you could have like awesome evidence in there, but you're not going to know it.
Right. Right. You know? And even like some people wear high heels.
High heels?
Like we're like, yeah, there's like a couple women, like they just wear, I'm like, why? This is an investigation. Why are you wearing high heels?
Yes.
Wood floors, and then, you know, people are still like walking around. I had one event. It was an inn, and which normally we don't drink before, but the person that was putting it on, they had the little bar open and stuff, and so people were drinking, and there was a mother-daughter team, and all they did, they drank a lot, and all they did was just like laugh, and they just thought the whole thing was BS. So it's like, really? So like, why are you even here? So
Yeah,
we could
it
have sold
does.
tickets to somebody else who was really interested in this, but she just made fun of every person that was up there.
Oh,
They were always joking around, and people were just like, "All right, could you please, stop doing this, whatever." And then, I mean, even the other people there, they were just like, I paid money to like do this, and that, so like everybody was going after them. And then, um, so when we broke up to do the investigation, them two went back to their hotel room, which, I mean, so we had the whole inn. So I opened up my room for everybody, and there's a couple other rooms, but they closed theirs down. So they just wanted to stay in their room. They're drinking some more. I mean, laughing and making so much noise. It sounded like they were slamming stuff all over the place.
oh my gosh.
So I'm like, all right, now I have to go and say something. So I asked them politely to be quiet and whatever. And they were rude to me. And I was like, okay. So then I go back into the other room. I'm like, oh, and so then they started, like laughing and doing whatever. And
Like
so
exaggeratory,
yeah, so
probably.
like I told everybody, I'm like, please do not think that this is the normal person that I am. I said, just take your recorders off. I don't want any of this to be recorded.
Awesome. Good
I
for you.
said, please excuse me for 1 second. Just, plug your ears. So then I have to go over there, and like it just all came out. And um, yeah. And so basically after that, they shut up. But I'm like, why? But it's every event is different. You're going to have different people acting different ways, not shutting up, or drinking too much, which I told the person we shouldn't, they shouldn't be doing that anyways, because you can't. If it's for fun, fine, I don't care, have at it, do whatever you want.
Right.
But other people are paying to actually have experiences and do stuff, and you can't do that when you have people like this. So
Yeah, I mean, I think, personally, I think the person that was running the event probably should have said, "Here's your money back."
Yeah, well, she tried.
Oh,
She said, she's just like, you know what? She's like, we'll pay you your money back, but you just need to leave. And they weren't having that either. So it was kind of, but
geez.
but I have a little voice that's, that comes out. so, and so like I try to be nice, but and everybody else was trying to be nice. And I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to shut up until, so I just really called them out on every little thing and called them every little name, because I'm like, I don't even know what to say anymore. But I hate rude people.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but then they shut up, afterwards. So, but yeah, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and
Treatment.
and I mean, in that case, you should be able to say something, you know what I mean? Because, you got these 2 people, like, why you're right, why are they there? It's just like
Right.
when you go to the fake haunted houses, like, when they do that. I do those because I go into the real haunted houses and I'm not scared, so I like being scared once in a while, so I'll do
Mm.
the haunted houses,
Yeah.
and I hate going people that are like, "Boo," back at the actors
Yeah.
or, it's like, why go? I mean,
Right.
you know, just stay
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Watch Michael Myers or something, but stay home, it's like, um, so I have had you for an hour and a half already.
Well, except for a few
That's true, that's true. Yeah, we're making up that time.
sorry about that.
In 2 weeks, your boy's coming on. Jason.
Oh, I'm like, my boy?
Yeah. Boy meaning,
My boys. One of my boys.
your
Yeah.
buddy. Your boy, yes. He was nice enough. I said, I know it's close to Thanksgiving. I have that, but we can go to the next one. He's like, "No, I'll do Thanksgiving." I'm like, it was 24th. So
Oh.
so he's coming on.
Oh God. I can't believe Thanksgiving's coming up.
I know. Isn't it
Oh my
crazy?
God. Yeah.
Do you have Thanksgiving at your house or do you go?
Yeah. My parents.
Yeah, easier.
Yeah. Yes.
I tried.
I used to, you know what, when I was married, I used to have Thanksgiving at the house all the time, because it was like it's this back and forth. We got to go to this place. We got to go to this place. And I'm like, you know what? I'm the one with the kids. I'll do whatever. Everybody can come. They can go whenever they want. And And then ever since the divorce, though, it's just like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah.
I tried having turkey dinner once, and I had never made a turkey before. So I'm there in the kitchen. Now I'm a huge animal lover. And I'm in there. So I remember my mom's like, all right, you should go in there and get the bag out or whatever. And I was like, so disgusting, but okay. And I stick my hand there and I feel this hard thing. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, what's what? I'm like, ew. I was like, it feels so good. She's like, it's the neck. I'm like, what? I start freaking out. I'm like, I can't do it. She just got to reach in there and pull it out. I'm like, I am not
God.
pulling this turkey's neck out. I'm like, no. That was it. Never made another turkey again in my life. I was like, I won't do it. I was like,
Yeah. No, no. You
wrong.
know what? I used to always make all the sides because I can't do that.
That was it. That
Absolutely
was
not.
it for me. And that was when I
Yeah.
was like, I was 22. And I said, that's it. Not doing it. Nope. I don't know how people did that all their whole lives. I'm like, I can't even really,
No.
I can't believe anybody, like, I literally, maybe if I knew that was going to happen, but when I put my hand in there and I was like, what is this? And she's like, it's the neck. You just pull it out. I'm like, what?
Oh, God. Yeah, no, you know what? My father's always been the chef of the family, so
Mm.
I leave that up to him. So I'm like, I'll have the house, I'll do the sides, desserts, whatever. I'm like, but I can't do that. It's no way. No.
No. What's your favorite holiday?
Um, I guess kind of, I like the 4th of July only because like I'm up here. So I like the warm weather, and everybody, it's just one big party. Um, I'm not crazy about, like, I like Christmas because I like the atmosphere, but I hate the whole gift. It's very stressful.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like 19 nieces and nephews.
It's awful. Yeah. It's very, very stressful. I mean, it's getting a little bit better because it's like that my niece, nephew, kids, they're all at the age where it's just like, give me money, fine.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
But even like, like parents and stuff, like, I don't know what the heck to give. I don't know. It's just too
It
stressful.
really is. And I
Yeah.
mean, my sister-in-law, she's always like, we don't have to give gifts. It's not about gift giving. It's about being together, and everybody else is like, no. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's just too many of us that we have to have a Pollyanna or something.
Yeah.
I agree. I love the atmosphere of Christmas.
Right.
My favorite holiday is the entire month of October, and it's not just because I love I do. I love Halloween. I love the whole concept of it. I want to dress up. I still want to go trick or treating, but it's apparently frowned upon.
Yeah. Creepy.
Like, I just want to go trick or treating. I want free
Yeah.
candy. Who doesn't want free candy?
Go as a little girl, pigtails go.
Okay, I'll be what's her name? Harley Quinn.
Good.
She's got the pigtails, right?
I don't know.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I love Halloween, but yeah, I was never one to like all get dressed up and go out. Like, I mean, I have, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just want to.
Now I just go to
Yeah.
Halloween parties, but I love getting dressed up if I can. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I love it. I live a sheltered life. What can I say? I don't get to travel. I do want to go to Italy. I would love to go to Italy. Italy, um, to me, I love I just would love to see Rome, and I would love to
Mhm.
see I hear the buildings and everything just
Yeah.
I have family in Italy, and I hear that, family there would just be like, you'd knock on the door and you'd say last name, but like, oh, come in, it's like your family. I'm
Yeah.
I'm like, wonder if my family owns a vineyard. That would be so
A castle somewhere. Yeah.
I have big hopes, big dreams.
Yeah, that is definitely, I'd love to get over there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you
Yeah.
guys ever talk about going overseas anywhere?
Um, I mean, there's talks of things, but I mean, that's been going on for years, so I
Mm-hmm.
would like to. That would be awesome. I've never investigated any place out there, so
Yeah.
um, castles, I love castles.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would love
That
that.
would be cool. That would
Yeah,
be cool. What about Winchester House? What do you
I've
think
never
about that? Do you think she was crazy, or you think it's there's something there?
Well, I think she's crazy, and maybe there's something there.
Right. I mean, maybe her craziness
I
brought
think there's
something.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's just like I can't comment on something that I haven't been
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying? So like I see, what these guys caught, and I trust them. So like I can kind of go off what they've experienced, but I
Oh,
can't
absolutely.
really say because I haven't been there myself.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
just mean like her claims, and I mean it was such a sad story, you know what I mean? Like her life and how she lived and what she thought and
Mhm.
what she felt. I mean, the guilt that she held for, and it wasn't even her guilt, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that wasn't even her, like, I don't know. So it just
Yeah.
seems very, I mean, the house looks spectacular. I mean, I would love to see
Oh,
it.
I was gonna say, did you ever go? Yeah.
I would love to see it. Just
Mhm.
because I'm into architecture, old things, old buildings, history, and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I would just love to see it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
but I was watching a show, and she had people for like 38 years, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop working on this. I mean, could you imagine? Like, at one point, I'd open my door and be like, everybody, get the F out.
I
I need a
know.
week to not hear banging, to not hear
I
saws, to
know.
not hear, like,
I don't.
I just need a week.
Yeah. I
May
don't know.
maybe the I don't
It's,
know.
that's got to be annoying,
I mean, can you imagine for straight, like, no break, no break.
right?
Like, I'm thinking about that. I was like, 38 years. Wow.
What are you drinking?
Wine.
Is that? Oh, so it's just the glass.
What did you say? Oh, you thought
No,
the
like
this?
I'm like it's blue. Like what is?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it's one that, so the person that made, my friend Megan that made
Megan. Right.
she made me this. And
Yeah.
actually,
Oh,
it's a
that's pretty. Because
one.
I was wondering like what is blue that you're drinking, and what does it say?
It's
Oh,
Gettysburg,
okay. Oh, okay.
and it's the coordinates, because that's what I got tattooed on my, I had
Um,
the coordinates tattooed on my arm, so she made
oh,
the coordinates.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure she's watching, so she knows that she owes you a peach cup.
Yep, she does.
Yeah,
It's
I
almost been
thought
a
you guys.
year now. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
so, all right, I will let you go. It's been an hour and a half. Not that I gotta go anywhere, but you're a busy woman, and, I appreciate you talking to us for as long as you
Thank
have.
you. Thank
And
you.
coming on. And please don't, oh, see, she just wrote Peaches Unite.
Peaches unite.
There was another one. Dana was on here too, and she doesn't know why, but this is really hilarious. She says, "My name is not effing Switch Squad. I'm an effing Peach, Dana." Because when she signed up to watch on YouTube, it
Yeah.
gave her this name, and she doesn't
Oh
know how to,
my God.
she doesn't know how to change it. And she gets so mad. So,
That is funny.
I'm like, I don't know why,
Oh my God, that is so funny.
So you'll have to come back on again
Yes.
at some point, I
Yeah,
appreciate,
when I know more of what's
and you're
going
allowed to
on,
talk
then
about
and I'm
stuff.
allowed to talk about stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's always the thing. Well, you were pleasant, and thank you so much, and I hope you had a good time. Hope I didn't talk too much.
No, no, sorry about the downtime.
Oh, trust me, it just adds flavor to the show, that's all.
Yes. And you talking about the full moon,
Lunar
was it? Was that what you were doing?
lunar eclipse. A half of a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. At that. um uh are you an animal? Do you have any fur babies? Really quick. No fur babies.
Well, because my dog passed maybe 6 years ago, maybe now. It was pretty tough.
Yeah.
It was a hard thing to I kind of like watched
Yep.
through the whole process, and it just wasn't good. So it was like, I can't get another animal right now. Plus, I mean, now that I travel and everything, so I can't. But my son is begging me for a cat. I'm
They're
like,
the
well, a
best.
cat I could probably do because I can leave it alone
Honestly,
for 2 days or 3 days or whatever.
they really are. They're
Yeah.
amazing. I had 5. I'm down to 3, and I have a puppy. And the puppy's like having what I imagine, because I've never had human children. So the
Yeah.
puppy is what I imagine would be like having a child. The cats are very self-sufficient and independent, and yet they do have some qualities that dogs have, but just not the needy qualities. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one place fetch. They cuddle with you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like cats are great. And I will tell you, black cats are the most lovable little darling things in the
Yeah.
world. So if
Yeah.
you're gonna do it, you get a black kitten. Trust me, you will not.
Yeah. Oh, I
You will,
love that. There's like one of my screensavers is like a little black kitten with like green eyes or something like that. So my son's always like, "This is what I want. This is what." So I'm like,
they are the best.
but yeah, I mean, like my kids are older now, so I mean, they'll be able to drive and stay wherever I am. So
Yeah,
to take care of the cats. So it's just,
yeah.
so probably, maybe not for Christmas because they already had their Christmas gifts, but maybe sometime next year we'll get
Cool.
one.
Well, if you get one, I want to picture that cute little thing because,
I'll be posting.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I will let you go. Thank you so much. I love you, and I think you're awesome. I can't
Thank
wait to
you so
watch the new
much.
season. Congratulations
Thank
on it. I'm happy that
you.
it's still
And
going.
remember, one did already come out,
Yes.
Halloween.
Oh,
You
yes.
gotta go and watch
Now.
that.
Now I gotta watch it. I had no idea, which is bad on my part because I usually know. But
But and again, it's like it's still on Discovery Plus. We have no say. People are complaining to us, but we have absolutely no say. So Discovery Plus wants it only on Discovery Plus, and so
well, people are complaining about what? Because it's on Discovery
but
Plus.
it's on Discovery Plus and not on Travel Channel. Either people don't want to pay another streaming service, or they're in a bad section of the country that doesn't really pick up. So whatever the issues are, but we have no control. But unfortunately, we're kind of like the middle people, and everybody's kind of attacking us, for it. But it's completely out of our control.
Mhm.
um so
Yeah, it sounds like
unfortunately,
you guys,
so,
pick it.
yeah, if it was up to us, we would want it on Travel Channel and Discovery. But
Well, you'd want it everywhere, right? You'd be like, hey.
right, we'd put it on every channel.
You'd be like, hey,
So it's not us.
that's Monday Night
Yeah.
Football. We're putting Ghost Hunters on, okay? Watch your football somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that because I had no idea. I mean,
Yeah.
I have Discovery Plus, so I'm gonna watch it, but because I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, I wasn't trying to be, but
Right.
my friend from Indonesia says, great show, great sharing. Thank you, Taryn and Shari. Have a good night. I'm
Oh, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
What'd she say? Chat. I don't
Chat.
know what she meant. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Chat. I don't know.
Oh.
But I will be in touch with you, and I thank you. This was great. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yes. Next time I'll have a drink with you.
Yeah, man, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually don't, but I know I'm lying. I usually do, but
That was a big lie. Why
No,
was I?
I know. I'm not. I mean,
Yeah.
did you see me sober in Gettysburg? I'm just curious. I mean, was I sober once?
I'm surprised you remember seeing me there.
Oh my God. We had fun. We had a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
Right. And we were like taking the pictures. And I mean, we still look back at those pictures and we were just, everybody's like making faces in them and stuff. And it's just like,
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen half those pictures.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was like, she probably doesn't want to be tagged in these
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah, I probably don't want to see them.
But we had fun. Oh, as Jing is saying, what you experienced, and I remember her telling me that what you experienced, she experienced as well. Something very similar.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and so I'm happy actually that you actually talked about that because I'm sure people have gone through that, and
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So, I will be in touch with you. Thank you so much for
You're
coming on. I appreciate it,
welcome.
and I will talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for watching. Good night.